Guys, Chris Ramos-Sada here with My Home Group, bringing a quick little video to you here on Wednesday. Hope you're having a great week. Hopefully Wednesday's been good to you. Wanted to touch on a topic that was recently brought to my attention by about 4 different clients who have reached out looking to sell their home here in the near future and asking if I was able to offer the same kind of incentives and benefits and programs that some other companies are offering that they've seen advertised on the radio, TV, social media, and things like that. And while I've been aware of these incentives and programs, I haven't dove too far into them because they haven't affected my business personally. But now with clients bringing it to my attention and when wanting me to be competitive, I have to dive into the research and find out exactly how these companies are offering what they're offering and how they're able to do what they're able to do. During the process of diving into this research, I actually came to find that there were other realtors doing the same thing I was, and actually there are realtors who had friends and family members and past clients who have actually worked with these companies and organizations and kind of had secondhand knowledge of exactly how they were going about the process to be able to offer what they're offering. Many of you are very well aware of the advertisements out there about companies and organizations offering to get sellers X amount over list price and being able to make sellers more money than the traditional realtor above the list price because of the way they're doing things. And this is great and this is awesome, and I think this is a huge benefit to anybody as long as it's being done the right way. And this is where my concern comes in regarding this topic and regarding this type of marketing. There's a huge difference between list price and market value. And I want you to understand that difference, because list price is one thing, market value is something completely different. List price isn't always your market value, and we'll dive into that here in a second. Know that I jokingly made a post on Monday with a meme talking about how real estate prices are made up and comps don't matter, but comps are one of the most important things a realtor can bring to you when it comes to purchasing or selling a home. It is what they use when they pull data from the MLS to be able to determine the value of a home based off of what has sold in the surrounding community of like value as the home that you're looking at purchasing or selling, and being able to tell you what your value is based off that info. Okay, so I come to you and I explain to you, here's the homes that have sold, here's the information, your value is X, and this is what I believe you should sell your home for. Now you have a choice as a seller to decide if you're gonna sell it for more, sell it for less, sell it at market value. That is your choice and your decision. Just like you can have a buyer come in and offer you more and offer you less based off their opinion of your value, but this is where negotiations come into play and determining what is going to be right for everybody and is gonna be best through the transaction and where that value is gonna fall. Where it gets to be kind of finicky and kind of a concern is when you now have a conversation of, I can get you more than list price, but this is how I'm going to do it. And from what I've found through talking to the realtors and the research that I've done is, let's just hypothetically say that your value of your home is $400,000. Okay, and please understand something. 6 months ago, every agent and every realtor had the ability to come in and say, I got X over market value, no questions asked. That's where the market was at. I did it on several occasions, from anywhere from 5 to 30 grand above list price. Above market value when I listed a home for sale, because buyers were eager to get into homes and were doing anything they could to get a home. Today's market's different. Buyers are a little bit different today than they were 6 months ago, and we'll dive into that here in a second. But let's just hypothetically say that your home value is $400,000. Okay? Company comes in and says, I'm going to list you for $350,000 because what we're going to do is we're going to push a bunch of people to come in, get a bunch of interest on the house. Everybody's going to come in, they're going to look at the home, everybody's going to offer on it, they're going to be competing with each other, and they're going to push that value up. Okay, so let's hypothetically say that happens. Okay, you're listed at $350,000, you're worth $400,000. Somebody comes in and offers you $400,000. That's the top deal. That's the one you decide to take. Okay, that's awesome. Fine and dandy. You just made $50,000 above list price, but in the end, you actually just made exactly what your market value was if you just listed your home at market value. But what you're not realizing is you now have caused a marketing piece for an agent or a realtor or an organization or company to now say, I got X above list price, or in this case, I got $50,000 above list price for this seller. When realistically, they got you exactly what your home is worth. They didn't get you anything more than where you should have been, okay? Whereas if you listed your home at market value, the difference would have been you may have had less buyers coming into the home, but you would have had maybe some more serious buyers, better qualified buyers, and a little bit less offers for you to have to navigate through to make the process a little bit simpler for you. And while it may not have been as quick, it would have been a lot more quality, if that makes sense, okay? Now let's take that same scenario and let's run into it again, but this time in today's market with today's current buyers. $400,000 value, list price $350,000. Buyers come in, like the house, may not like the house, but let's just say one buyer decides to say, hey, I see the value of this home, but I don't want to offer higher than, let's say, $360,000. Okay, realtor looks at this and realizes, hey, there's something going on. We might get into a bidding war because of where this home is valued, but okay, we'll offer $360,000. Other buyers then find out that there's an offer involved and are like, look, we're out. We don't want to get into a bidding war. So now you're in a situation where you have an offer of $360,000, 10 grand over your list price, 10 grand the list price that you agreed to on the contract to list your home for. This is where it becomes a problem for you. You, being the smart consumer you are, know that you're now getting $40,000 less than what this current offer is on the home, and you don't want to sell the home. You want somebody else to come in and purchase the home at a higher price, okay? Maybe you counter, maybe you don't, but in the end, the agent's like, look, my job in the contract is to bring a ready, willing, and able buyer. I have accomplished that. I have a buyer here who's willing to close, who has the ability to close, and is actually offering you $10,000 more than you're willing to sell the house for. Take the deal. Okay, so you give some pushback, you have some problems with it, you say, you know what, I don't like how you're handling this, I'm canceling the contract with you, I'm gonna find another brokerage. Here's the kicker and what a lot of people aren't aware of. In the exclusive rights to sell contract, in which you will sign when you work with any local brokerage here in the state of Arizona, you are gonna have this form, and in that form there's a section called failure to complete. This failure to complete clause basically states that if anything prevents the sale from happening by default of the owner or the seller of the home, the owner or the seller of the home will be responsible to pay the listing brokerage the commission owes based off the sales price. In other words, if you refuse to sell, cancel the contract with this brokerage, and they brought a ready, willing, and able buyer, you are on the hook for their commissions whether they close the deal or not. So now you're in a situation of either taking 40 grand less than the list price or paying a brokerage a commission for not selling your home and then having to hire another broker to come in and sell your home and hopefully being able to make up that difference by them listing you at market value. This is what is not being explained, and this is what is not out there to the general public and to you as consumers. This is the process that's being used to be able to claim getting X over list price. Not X over market value, X over list price. I will tell you personally, as a realtor and as somebody who would love to help you in this process, I would much rather put a marketing piece out there to the masses saying, I got my seller exactly what their home was worth, exactly what it appraised for, and got them the exact amount of money that they were owed when they sold their home. And there's nothing better than being able to say that at the end of the day. I hope it brought some value to you guys today. I hope this video makes a lot of sense to you. If you guys do have any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to comment here on the video on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're seeing this, or feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text at 623-693-5667. You can also email me at chrisvrealty@gmail.com. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here today. You guys have a great rest of the week, and we will talk to you again soon.